There's a porch light down the road, still burning through the dark. Somebody still believes in who we really are. Through the hard years and the hurt, through the lines that pulled apart, there's a porch light down the road, still shining like a spark. Old man working third shift, hands worn down to the bone, still punching that clock, just trying to keep food at home. Truck tires humming midnight, rolling through the rain. Somebody keeps this country moving, though nobody knows their name. Yeah, we talk about freedom like it's always been there, but somebody carried that weight when nobody cared. There's a porch light down the road, still burning through the dark. Somebody still believes in who we really are. Mothers praying late at night, fathers working through the scars. There's a porch light down the road, still shining in our hearts. Flags fly over Main Street, Sunday bells still ring. Kids running through the fairgrounds, holding sparklers in the wind. Old veterans sit quiet with stories they don't tell, still standing for this country after all they've seen through hell. Yeah, we take so much for granted, every small unseen thing, but somebody kept the light on for the rest of us to dream. There's a porch light down the road, still burning through the dark. Somebody still believes in who we really are. Through the hard times and headlines, through the doubts that left their marks, there's a porch light down the road, still shining in our hearts. Maybe we don't say it enough, maybe we forget sometimes. This country still keeps breathing because ordinary people try. There's a porch light down the road, still burning proud tonight, for the ones who held this country up when days were hard to fight. And somewhere past the worry, past the fear and broken parts, there's a porch light down the road, still shining through the dark. Still shining through the dark. Still shining through the dark. Most folks never hear the sound of tires at 3 a.m. Don't see the coffee steam rising from weathered working hands. Don't hear factory whistles before the sunrise glows, but somebody's already moving before the whole world knows. There's a waitress wiping tables, trying hard to make ends meet. A nurse walking tired hallways, still steady on her feet. A farmer praying for rain, looking out across dry land, still believing tomorrow's coming, though life don't always go as planned. Yeah, freedom ain't just written in history books we read. It's ordinary people giving more than what they need. While the country slept, they kept showing up again, working through the hard nights, carrying the weight within, keeping porch lights glowing, keeping old dreams alive. While the country slept, they kept hope alive tonight. Truckers crossing state lines under moonlit highway skies, mothers holding families together, though exhausted deep inside. Teachers staying late evenings, helping lost kids find their way. Quiet hearts still building futures, most folks never stop to praise. Yeah, this country keeps on turning, 'cause somebody still believes that hard work and love together can still bring people peace. While the country slept, they kept showing up again, working through the hard nights, carrying the weight within, keeping porch lights glowing, keeping old dreams alive. While the country slept, they kept hope alive tonight. Maybe we don't say it enough, maybe we move too fast, but this country still stands strong because of folks like that. While the country slept, they were out there holding on, keeping faith through hard years, long after strength was gone. And somewhere down these back roads, beneath these small town skies, while the country slept, they kept hope alive tonight. They kept hope alive tonight. I learned early growing up, nothing good comes easy. Saw dirt beneath my granddad's nails and sweat soaking through blue jeans. He never talked about sacrifice, never needed praise, just kept showing up every morning, giving everything away. Raised by hands that fixed old fences, raised by hearts that never quit, raised by people holding families together when times got hard as this. Front porch talks at sunset, small town Friday nights, learning what it means to stand tall and do your best in life. Yeah, freedom don't survive on words alone, it lives inside the folks still carrying it home. Raised by these hands, built strong through the years, holding on through hard times, guide my life. Mama prayed beside the kitchen sink after everybody slept. Dad kept working overtime, though exhaustion hit his chest. Neighbors showed up after storms, church bells filled the air. People still believing somehow that tomorrow would still be there. Yeah, maybe that's the reason this country still stands tall. Ordinary people still giving it their all, raised by these hands, built strong through the years, holding on through hard times, through worry, doubt, and tears. Every mile and every sacrifice still living deep inside. I was raised by these hands, and they still guide my life. Now the next generation's watching, learning from what we do. And somewhere down these back roads, they're carrying it forward too. Raised by these hands, still building hope today, still teaching hearts to hold on when life don't go their way. And somewhere in these small towns tonight, the porch lights still shine bright. I was raised by these hands, and they still guide my life. They still guide my life. There's a flag flying high over old courthouse stone, kids laughing in the summertime. Down streets we still call home. There's a small town church choir still singing Amazing Grace, and people helping neighbors when hard times hit this place. Yeah, the headlines get heavy and the world feels divided, but out here in the heartland, there's still hope surviving. Factory lines still running, farm fields stretching wide, and old veterans still standing with tears in their eyes. 'Cause freedom ain't just history or words somebody wrote, it lives inside the people, still carrying this hope. There's still something worth believing in, still something worth fighting for. These red, white, and blue skies still mean something at the core. From the front porch lights to Main Street nights, to the ones who still hold strong, there's still something worth believing in, and it's been here all along. Friday night football lights, families packed in the stands, fireworks in July skies, children waving tiny flags, truckers crossing highways beneath midnight moonlight, still hauling dreams across this country, 1 mile at a time. Yeah, maybe we don't say enough how much this country's worth, but ordinary people still keep bringing out the best on earth. There's still something sacrifices made, and the dreams that still remain. There's still something worth believing in, still burning bright tonight in the hearts of everyday Americans, still trying to do what's right. And through the hard years and the long roads, this country still stands tall. There's still something worth believing in. After all, something worth believing in. Red, white, and blue, sun dropping low on a county fair sky, Ferris wheel lights spinning as the band plays through the night, kids running with sparklers, laughing through the air, old veterans tipping hats as fireworks bloom somewhere. Main Street lined with flags blowing soft in the breeze, front porch radios playing old songs everybody sings, pickup trucks backed in by the football field lights, families gathered together on a warm July night. Yeah, maybe that's the magic people still hold on to, these little moments painted in red, white, and blue. Some are painted in red, white, and blue. Bonfires burning while the hometown shines through, from the small town streets to the old back road drives. This country still feels alive under fireworks lighting up the truth. There's still something strong running through every heart, still holding on to. Summer painted in red, white, and blue. Church bell Sunday morning, baseball out in the yard, granddad telling old stories about who we really are. Mama's bringing sweet tea, neighbors waving hello, and somewhere down these highways, freedom still rolls. Yeah, the world may keep changing, but some things still stay true, like memories painted forever in red, white, and blue. Some are painted in red, white, and blue. Bonfires burning while the hometown shines through, from the Friday night lights to the old parade lines. This country still feels alive under fireworks lighting up the truth. There's still something strong running through every soul, still holding on to. Some are painted in red, white, and blue. And somewhere tonight beneath these sun feel the spirit now, under stars shining bright. Across the truth, there's still hope running through every heart, still believing in red, white, and blue. Still believing in red, white, and blue. There's an old photograph folded by the years, black and white smiles frozen beside forgotten tears. Flags still wave above them, though time keeps rolling on. And some of those old heroes are almost all gone. Granddad never talked much about the war he saw, just tipped his hat each morning and thanked the Lord above. Worked hard through every season, raised a family proud, never asking anybody to say his name out loud. Yeah, maybe we get busy, maybe life moves fast, but some sacrifices echo long after moments pass. Here's to the things we never said, to the ones who gave their all, the quiet prayers and sleepless nights behind these freedom walls, to every hand that carried hope when the hard years hit so strong. Here's to the things we never said before the years moved on. There's a mother at the airport, holding back her tears, watching another soldier leave for places filled with fear. There's a folded flag resting inside an old wood frame, and somebody's still remembering a loved one's name. Yeah, freedom has a story written deep inside by ordinary people who sacrificed their lives. Here's to the things we never said, to the ones who stood so tall, the dreams they carried quietly still echo through us all. From the small town streets to front lines, still holding freedom strong. Here's to the things we never said before the years moved on. And somewhere tonight, beneath fireworks in the sky, another generation's learning why these colors still survive. Here's to the things we never said, to the hearts still holding on, to the veterans and families who carried this country on. And through every red, white, and blue sky, their memory still lives on. Here's to the things we never said before the years moved on. There were nights this town felt broken, factories shutting down, for sale signs on old storefronts, empty streets all around. But Sunday morning still came, church bells still rang true, and people kept believing in red, white, and blue. Dad worked double shifts, Mama stretched every dime, neighbors helping neighbors, just trying to get by. Old veterans still standing at every hometown parade, holding on to memories that never truly fade. Yeah, the hard years tried to shake us, tried to wear our spirit down, but something keeps surviving in these small American towns. Working through the hard years, holding on to hope, still flying these colors, still finding ways to cope. From the back roads to the cities, from the farms to factory lines, we kept this country moving, one day at a time. Truckers rolling midnight, teachers staying late, first responders showing up no matter what they face, children running barefoot beneath July skylights, still learning what freedom means on warm summer nights. Yeah, maybe that's the reason this country still stands tall. Ordinary people still giving it their all, working through the hard years, holding on to hope, still waving old glory, still believing we can grow. From the front porch conversations to the dreams we keep alive, we kept this country standing through the hardest times. Somewhere tonight, beneath fireworks in the air, a new generation's watching, learning why we still care. Working through the hard years, still proud of where we stand, still believing freedom's worth every sacrifice at hand. And through every storm we walk through, one truth still survives: we kept this country moving, and we're still keeping it alive. Still keeping it alive. There's a weathered old Main Street, still flying red, white, and blue. People working overtime, just trying to pull us through. There's a flag above the courthouse, still dancing in the wind. And somewhere an old veteran still stands when the anthem begins. There's a waitress pouring coffee to the early morning crowd, a farmer praying for rain clouds looking out across the ground. There's a trucker crossing state lines while the whole world sleeps at night, still hauling dreams across this country beneath those highway lights. Yeah, freedom ain't just written in the stories that we tell. It's carried by the people who keep showing up so well. Here's to the ones who carried us through the hard years and the storms, the ones who kept these colors flying when hope was tired and worn. From the factories to the front lines, from the small towns standing strong. Here's to the ones who carried us and still carry this country on. Friday night lights shining, children laughing in the stands. Church bells Sunday morning still echo through this land. Teachers staying late evenings, helping dreams stay alive. And first responders racing forward when fear fills the night sky. Yeah, maybe we don't say enough for what some people sacrifice, but this country still keeps standing, 'cause they gave their lives. Here's to the ones who carried us through the worry and the pain, the ones who kept believing through the sunshine and the rain. From the back roads to the city streets, still holding freedom strong. Here's to the ones who carried us and still carry this country on. And somewhere tonight, beneath fireworks in the sky, a new generation's learning why these colors still survive. Here's to the ones who carried us, still standing proud today, still believing this country's worth every sacrifice they gave. And through every small town sunset, one truth still carries on. Here's to the ones who carried us and still carry this country on. Still carry this country on. Sun rising over Main Street, another working day begins. Flags moving in the morning wind like they always did. Coffee shops and old trucks rolling out before the dawn. And somewhere this country's heartbeat still keeps pushing on. There's a farmer in the field lines, watching red skies break. A soldier standing overseas for freedom's sake. There's a teacher in a classroom, trying to guide young hearts, still believing tomorrow can be brighter than the dark. Yeah, the hard years tried to shake us, tried to wear our spirit thin, but somewhere deep country still has hope. Friday night lights shining, children running through the stands, old veterans still saluting with trembling weathered hands. Church bells Sunday morning still echo through these towns, and another generation's learning what freedom's all about. Yeah, maybe that's the reason this country still survives. Ordinary people still keeping dreams alive. Tomorrow rides these roads through the hard years and the storms, through the families still believing in what this country's for. From the highways to the backroads, still carrying freedom close. Tomorrow rides these roads, and this country still has hope. Somewhere tonight, beneath fireworks in the sky, another child looks upward as these colors light their eyes. Tomorrow rides these roads, still burning proud tonight, in the hearts of everyday Americans, still trying to do what's right. And through every sacrifice made, one truth still carries on. Tomorrow rides these roads, and America still stands strong. America still stands strong. Tomorrow rides these roads. To the farmers in the fields, we tip our hats to you. To the moms in school drop-off lines, trying to make it through. To the ones still showing up, no matter what life puts you through. Tonight across America, we tip our hats to you. To the truckers crossing midnight, keeping freedom rolling on. To the waitress pouring coffee before the crack of dawn. To the factory workers sweating, trying hard to raise a family. To the small town heart still fighting for what this country means. Yeah, this land still stands because ordinary people do more than anybody knows. And tonight this song's for you. We tip our hats to you, to the red, white, and blue, to the ones still holding strong when the hard years pulled us through. From the back roads to the front lines, from the schools to Avenue, tonight all across America, we tip our hats to you. To the soldiers far from home, standing watch beneath the stars. To the dads working overtime, still carrying heavy hearts. To the teachers shaping futures, to the nurses staying strong. To the first responders running forward when the nights feel long. Yeah, maybe still strong, still carrying this country on, still believe